What's happening with the sunglasses? This is a little bit different.
I am blinded by the stars of this tournament, Andre. There's so much young talent. I mean, we have the big names: Ronaldo, Mbappe, Benzema, Manuel Neuer. But some of these young players, wow, my mouth is watering. So I had to put them on just for that.
Protect your eyes, folks. A warning from James Beard, our dedicated man from Scotland, about your protection from your eyes from the stars of the Euros. So, based on on James' very serious warning about protecting your eyes, we're going to talk about the upcoming stars of the Euros. And there was a nice article put together by BBC. We'll skim through some of those players. So, James, we'll kick it off with the first one. So we're going to go through them here. So, Jeremy Doku from Belgium, aka the king of dribbles. So let's hear about him, James.
Well, I'm going to take off the glasses and let everybody see the baby blue eyes. So,
yes. James, be careful. What are you doing?
But this guy is such a talented guy. He's been on the radars of Jurgen Klopp. I know, obviously, our friend the Chicken agrees with it there. Steven Gerrard also been looking at him at Rangers. He plays predominantly as a winger and a striker, 19 years old, with Rennes in France. But he could be a real extra addition for Le Bleu in this tournament. But, I mean, obviously he has some big names in front of him. So will he get that chance? We'll have to wait and see. But we know he's up to the job.
Yes. So, one of the exciting things about these tournaments is looking at these young stars, and everybody likes to boast. I spoke about that guy before he got famous. We know those people, James. I told you about that guy, or girl, and according to Mr. Chicken over there, we suspect is a French supporter. So, folks, during the tournament, we'll hear what Mr. Chicken has to say, because in the Caribbean, that's how we roll. That's how we roll, folks. So, up next from Sweden, there is Jordan Larson. Now, there's some interesting history about Jordan Larson, James. Let's hear it.
This is an interesting one because obviously being a Rangers fan, I should not like this boy, But his father was legendary Celtic striker Henrik Larsson, and he has a lot of the characteristics of his dad and a little bit of that young, youthful exuberance. He's been on the radars of Borussia Dortmund, even West Ham in England. I think wanted him. Plays his club football at Spartak Moscow, and this guy, he could be a stand-in, I think, in a sense for the absence, or maybe not the absence of Zlatan. So very excited to see him, and I think he has that spunkiness, that some of those famous players have. He has that little extra, and I think he will be a good player for Sweden. I mean, and he could bang in a few goals as well. So looking forward to seeing him.
Yes, the son of Henrik Larsson. For you Barcelona fans as well, you might remember that awesome guy, but he really was a massive icon at Celtic. And came back from that horrible injury. We all know about that, and he's a legend. He's a legend, and will his son be a legend? We'll see. Some may say he already is. All right, so we're going to head across. France has somebody who they've dubbed the new Cafu. So James, I'm going to let you talk about this guy.
Well, obviously, first of all, the Chicken definitely agrees again. He's cocking a little extra there, but. Jules Conde, 22 years old, centre back, plays his football with Sevilla and Spain. This guy is very good. I think he's actually got a little bit of that. He's good on the ball as well. He's not just a big bruising centre back, which I like. And I think he will be somebody we will see probably move in the coming years. I mean, as I say, he plays with Sevilla, but I think if he goes and gets a chance, he might get a move like Diaz got to Man City, etc. So I think he's a good size. He's not a good size. He's one of the smaller ones. I get mixed up there. He's just under 6 foot. So for his position, he's probably not got the presence. But this guy is very good on the ball. I think he's comfortable. He's composed, and I'll be looking forward to seeing if he gets a chance as well.
Yes. So I'm going to skim through the other list here now. So there's a couple other guys, but let's head across to the Czech Republic. AKA the Golden Boy. So James, I'm going to let you pronounce that for me. Tell us about this guy.
Adam Holzek, Czech Republic. I mean, ironically, my little sister actually works in Czech Republic, and we're always talking all things Czech. So the Golden Boy he plays for Spartak Prague, I think. He scored 15 goals in 19 appearances. I know this is a guy that I play a lot of Football Manager, like a lot of people do. This is a guy that I always sign. He does become of age, very good in the game. He scores a barrel of the goals, but I know Sparta Prague just tied him down to a 4-year contract to evade off interest from, some of the Premiership teams. I would have loved him to see him at Rangers. I think he was one of these players like you could bring through, buy for, very little money and sell for a whole lot. So I think he's going to be a big player, and I think he plays in a team that, he gets a great chance at Czech Republic. I think if he was German or if he was Portuguese or English, he may not at his age get a chance, but he does get a good chance with Czech Republic because of his age. And he showed so far that he's a very, very talented player. He's got a good bit of presence about him, and he can score goals. So, really exciting player.
Yes, folks. So, the stars continue. We're going to go through all this. There's a lot of them, so I'm going to try to summarize it as much as possible, and we'll talk about some more as the tournament goes along. So, I'm going to jump across to the Netherlands. James, what do you think? So, there's another one. And let's see if my pronunciation skills are up to par, James, and if the chicken agrees. Ryan Gravenberch, is that acceptable? Please forgive me.
Oh, I would say it's a silent H, but again, I am not Dutch, so we'll have to get one of the Dutch boys to come on.
Yes.
This guy is wow. This is a guy. I'm surprised he's not already in the Premiership. He can play centre midfield. He can also play left wing, in my opinion. He has the pace. He's excellent in the ball. He's been excellent for Ajax. And I think, as I say, the fact that he can play in multiple positions and he's comfortable in those positions has been a really added boost. And the interesting thing is he's a big guy. He's 6'2" or 6'3", but his ability on the ball, he's got that little bit of speed. As I say, I don't see him staying at Ajax for long, because he will go. I have no doubt again about that at all. And he's a player that, especially in a Dutch team that's blowing hot and cold, he could be their spark, and especially at his age as well. So really.
Yes. No, this one is exciting, and maybe you have to put your sunglasses on, folks, because this is a very big claim. This person is supposed to be the next Zlatan. Alexander Isak. That's a big claim. That is a very big claim that he's going to be the next Zlatan. James, let's hear about this guy for Sweden.
A prolific scorer. I think the ironic thing was, if I'm not mistaken, he was with Dortmund, and then he was released and he went to Real Sociedad. He scored 17 goals this season for them. He's huge physically. He has the presence of Zlatan. He has the ego of Zlatan, even better than that.
Oh, wow.
And I think he could be again. So it's funny because now we're seeing that they have not just one, but two young stars, 18-year-old, 21-year-old. So, is the lack of Zlatan, he's probably going to come and devour me for saying that now, but is the lack of Zlatan up front going to cause them that much problems when they have this young talent? Very interesting question.
Very interesting at all. And maybe he may find you on social media. So James,
I can feel the tiger. The lion. Sorry, coming for me now.
Yes, but we have a chicken, so chicken will face the lion somewhere in the back. I'll help you out, James. So we're going to jump along because there's a lot of players, but we'll try to summarize as best as possible. So there's Nuno Mendes, the 18-year-old who's going to be playing for Portugal, left back. A lot of good things have been said about him. Let's hear about this guy.
Well, as you said, 18-year-old left back, plays his football at Sporting. And interestingly enough, he's played a lot of football for his age, So he's played a lot of football at Sporting. He played left wing back a lot of the time. I think he's a good addition to a team that, in a sense, although they have a few guys younger in the Premier League, I think they tend to be an older squad, right from the goalkeeper right through. Obviously, we know the age of Cristiano Ronaldo. So it's very interesting for them to have such a young talent. And I think it's a position that they tend to be strong on. So for him to go and, get selected is a huge, thing for him. And I think, like Man United, Chelsea were looking at him. So shop window again. And it's just like all of these players. It's just a huge, huge opportunity for them to show what they can do and to get a move to, Sporting's a big club in Portugal, but in world terms, you want to be playing with the big boys.
Yes. So now to the next big team. Germany has someone. This player is playing from Bayern Munich. Once again, forgive me if I'm butchering the name. I would love if fans correct me. We like that. So it's Jamal Musiala. I don't know if I'm using Spanish pronunciation, but aka Bambi and the Workaholic. That's his nickname. So, Germany is a team that is filled with stars. And now we have another one that everybody's talking about. Let's hear about this guy.
A very exciting player. Again, my concern is, will Germany give him a chance? They have so much, experience in there. In that position too. But this guy shot to stardom when he scored in the Champions League against Lazio. He made the squad for this tournament, but ironically, he played for England up to under 21. So England really lost a player here.
John Bostock.
It might come and bite them, But this guy, he's been doing well. I think he plays for Bayern Munich. Very excited for him, for this talent. But as I say, again, my concern is, I hope Lowe will give him some minutes, because as I say, they have such a great squad. To have a young player there and not give him would be a travesty, in my opinion.
Yes, that's one of the things, with these young players. You have to unleash them, folks. So we're jumping across now to Austria. This is another one with a very interesting name. He's AKA the Ibrahimovic Machine. That is another big title to live up to. His name is, and once again, forgive me for my pronunciation, folks. I'm going to have to work on that. Sasa Kaladzic. That's my best attempt.
It's not bad.
Not bad, James.
Yeah,
not bad.
I think, yeah. As I say,
we should have a voting meter, James, about Andre's terrible pronunciations.
I think it may be going.
He'll be going like this.
But this guy, he actually takes the title of one of the tallest and lankiest players in the world. Away from Peter Crouch, I think, who obviously Brent Sancho will hate. But 6'7" inches tall, so he's a huge young boy. 17 goals for Stuttgart this season. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about all his size and his weight or any of these things. He can bang them in. And again, it's for a country like Austria who needs somebody there. He plays for, as I say, Stuttgart. But he's a little bit on the older side compared to the other ones we spoke about. He's 23 years old. So this is his chance really to probably get a big move from Stuttgart and really show what he can do. So again, interesting player. As I say, he's probably on the top end of our radar because of his age. But the Abramovich machine could...
Yeah, that's why. There's a lot of players, but that's a big title. Anything with Ibrahimovic, will be big. So, we're going to head to North Macedonia. We were talking about Pandev in in our other videos, which we'll talk about when we're analyzing the teams as well. He is known as the Spider and the Macedonian Diamond. I love that. What do you think about him? I'll let James take a crack at this and tell me his name, folks.
As I say, AKA the Spider and the Macedonian Diamond. Where are they getting these analogies? I love it. It makes, to me, this is the whole thing about football. The added excitement, the added enthusiasm. You can imagine the supporters doing probably something like this, when he scores. I don't know.
The Spider.
The Spider. But very young talent, 21 years old, plays for Napoli in Italy, obviously. And he has been, he signed from, I think, Fenerbahce after 2 seasons there. He's got more than 200 senior games at his age. That is something that's phenomenal for a 21-year-old, sorry. So he's been there for a couple of years, but he will be a player, especially in a team that needs, as I say, they have the old man and Goran Pandev, but now they have the young man probably supporting them, giving them that ball, so he could be a big player for them if they have aspirations of making the next round of the tournament.
Yes. So, moving along, folks, we're trying to skim through this massive list, and of course, you can let us know if there's someone we missed. Let us know. We want to hear if there's somebody from your country that you think we should be talking about and we're not. So moving along. So we're going to jump along to Croatia. Now this is an interesting title, James. The Little Pep. Now that's an interesting title. Automatically my radar is on this guy because I love Pep as a player. Obviously people know him a lot more recently as a coach. But Pep was pretty awesome. He's a pretty talented guy. Depending on who you ask, but I liked him. So, his name is Josko. James, you know what? Tell me about this guy and his name.
Garjol, the Little Pep. centre back and left back. This is where I find the analogy very interesting because we know obviously Pep was not a centre back, you know.
Yep.
You know.
That's the next point as well.
Yeah, but he plays centre back, which obviously means he's a little bit nifty on the ball. He can make a pass. He can, his movement's good. I mean, we know he plays with Leipzig. I can never pronounce that properly.
Yeah. Leipzig, I guess.
Leipzig, yeah, sorry, that's the pronunciation coming in there. But this guy, to be given that title, the little Pep is something, So I am expecting big things from him. Again, from a Croatian side that they're littered with stars, but it's nice to have a young one in there, 19 years old. Obviously, he was signed from Dynamo Zagreb to them, so he will replace Ibrahim Konat and Dion. I'm not even going to pronounce his name. It's centre back. So there was obviously changes. He came in, and this is the beauty of these tournaments. Somebody gets injured, like we saw obviously Zlatan, and the younger guys come in. It's an opportunity, and you get this opportunity to go and play at the biggest stage of world football. I mean, albeit it's not the World Cup, but this is the European World Cup. So a big chance for him.
Yes, and we're gonna jump along to Spain. A player that a lot of Barcelona fans, who've been following La Liga will already know, but it's Pedri. He's been doing pretty well with Barcelona. So let's hear about him.
Well, this is a young guy that I'm very excited for. I've seen him many times. I mean, obviously, Barcelona paid €5 million from Las Palmas to sign him when he was 17. I don't think he had a little bit of a spell, which he didn't mature quick enough in a sense. But now he's onto that stage. He's made 50 appearances for Barcelona, which is the quickest behind Lionel Messi. So they obviously have a lot of faith in him to include him in the squad. Again, will he get that chance? It's kind of like we were talking about Germany. They have so many stars in front of them. But again, these are the tournaments, and this is where teams have to think a little bit about the future. They have some older guys in a lot of these teams, but they have to say, well, I mean, if you look at Portugal, for example, no matter what, Ronaldo's not going to do it forever. So they have to start looking at who's going to take the mantle. And this is where players like this come in, Spain as well. So they will be looking for a player like this to step up and obviously be a star for many years to come. So great opportunity for him again. Again, I hope Luis Enrique gives him the chance. But we will see. But there's one player I wanted to add to the list. I mean, he's not on what we're reading from. Billy Gilmore of Scotland. Obviously, he came from Rangers, my club. He went to Chelsea. He's played little bits here and there. And he's probably an addition to the Scotland squad that he came in last minute. But I really think we have to give this young guy a go. I mean, I remember him at Rangers watching him some youth games. This guy is phenomenal for his talent. I think the problem maybe he has, he's not on the biggest side. But again, we know, I mean, look at Lionel Messi. He's not the biggest either. But I think if we use him, we can really benefit. And he can get the experience as well. Because at the end of the day, even for us, for Scotland, guys like Andy Robertson, we've got McTominay, who's middle-aged, but we've got older guys. I mean, especially in the goalkeeper department, I'll be looking to see down the next couple of years who are going to take these goalkeepers' place because they're all older. But somebody like Billy Gilmore, a young talent, can really, have us enthusiastic, inspire us, and probably carry us a little bit further because it just takes one moment of brilliance in one of these games to take a country like Scotland, to somewhere we've never been before. And all these countries will be doing the same thing. So we've got some great names, phenomenal names actually, and I'll be looking forward. And also the fans may have others too. That's the beauty of the game.
And this is amazing because, we could highlight the star players from the big teams, but there's so many players that in every tournament that we've watched in our entire life that comes out and catches our eye, and, it's exciting. And a lot of people out there would like to boast, as we said, hey, I knew that guy. So, I'm excited, especially because James is from Scotland. We're going to pay attention to this guy and many others, and somebody else that we may have overlooked may pop up. And I'm sure there's people out there who, would like to let us know what they think a player that we missed. For example, if I'm talking about Trinidad and Tobago, I have my guys who I'll talk about. So this is exciting, folks. So you can let us know what you think in the comment section below. Wear your sunglasses, as advised by James. Pay attention to our chicken. There we go, folks. There we go. There it is. Safety comes first. Sanitize and wear your glasses amongst the stars because you may be blinded. So, Folks, be sure to like, subscribe, comment in the comment section below. We're going to have fun, folks. This is a time that, a lot of people are stuck at home, as James said. This pandemic has had to make us change our lives. So we're going to have some fun at home and look at the Euros. Have some chats. Let us know where you agree, where you disagree. Interact. We'll have guests. We'll have live feeds. And, we'll probably maybe have a couple FIFA sims as well with some of the games. So maybe James could play Scotland and see what we can do. We'll try it all. So we'll have a couple guests and a couple fans. So thank you for joining us, folks. Just a reminder, everyone, for more episodes with Shaka Hits Luck, be sure to head over to our YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, interviews, and content.